These are fantastic. I mean, I can see your booklet. I really can. I can see it in my head, and that's just fabulous because that's what you want. I mean, that's what you want out of your sketches. Really great job. And I was starting to, I was starting to type out a couple of things, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to do this video because there's a couple of things I really want to point out, and I think it's really important. Now, follow me on this. All right, Janelle, here's your grid. Okay, starts right here, right here. Okay, that's how you've drawn your equal modules in the grid. Okay. Now, this is the part that's important. By putting this inner frame inside your grid and aligning to that, you're throwing your grid off immediately. Because take a look, you no longer have equal sized modules. This one is now smaller, which means that you're throwing this whole grid off. So what do? You just use your grid. You don't have to start on the edge. Start right here. I mean, that's what the grid is for. You'll see what I mean when you start working. When you start working in InDesign, and you'll see what I'm saying. And one of the settings in InDesign asks you if you want to set the grid to the page margin or the page itself. And what that does is it does exactly what I'm talking about. Is it will shoot that grid all the way to the corner of the page, or it'll create the grid to your margin. So basically what you've done here is you've given a margin but haven't created the grid to the margin, so to speak. And I don't know if that makes any sense. I hope, I really hope it does, because it's super important. The grid ensures mathematical correctness. So that said, it's got to be accurate. Okay, these modules, well, we'll get into that in a second. But as far as the sketch goes, your sketches are just phenomenal. There's only two things that I'm seeing that I think I want to mention. Number one is that you're not showing, you're showing, is that justified? I'm guessing it is, but how are the paragraphs? Where are the paragraph breaks? Where are the call outs? You know what I'm saying? So just designating this as one big long text line, I think you could have done a little, don't do it over, please. This is phenomenal. But I think maybe, let me put it like this. Some art directors might look for a little more detail. There's not much you can do, more you can do here. That's all you can do to indicate the placement of an image, right? But the text, you can indicate drop caps, you can indicate pull quotes, call outs, captions, etc., sidebars, all sorts of different things. And finally, the only other thing I want to mention is that, well, I guess it's pretty good, but most of your type layouts, most of your composition layouts follow the same format. That's type on the right, and then information textual on the type on the left and information on the right. Okay, here it's the same thing, but you have image on the left, information on the right. Here you have type, title on the left, information on the right. The same way here, and then here you start to change it up a little bit, which is great. But and then back to the same thing here. I'm thinking about maybe using the whole page like you did. Well, you're here. You just try to be consistent as you can without being a broken record. I hope that makes sense. Now, that said, what you're doing here, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what you're doing. You're creating a good, solid cadence. And the viewer, since this is only 12 pages, this is actually, I'm rethinking this. I think I'm going to change my mind right here and say this is okay. Because this is only 12 pages. So yeah, you're okay. You're okay. If you want to change one of these layouts, I think maybe you might have one too many with the main information on the left and then textual information on the right. So you have that one break. But if you want to throw another one there, I thought that certainly wouldn't hurt anything, because look at how refreshing this looks after going, okay. Oh, interesting. New layout. You see what I'm saying? Okay, cool. Enough on that. Awesome job. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.